Do y'all see this? I get up to put some stuff back on the shelf, and he jumps in my grave. Alright. Dude, that's my seat. I was sitting there first. Yeah, ignore me, don't you? Junk mail, I gotta throw it in the trash. Alright. Give my seat back. Don't give me those eyes. Give me my seat back. Thank you. What do you want, huh? Katie already gave you your canned food. You can't lie to me. She already hooked you up. I really gotta clean the junk. What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? I do hope to go back to Piggly Wiggly and pick up some more of those huge cans of green beans and collards. That right there is like, I'm happy. My husband and I, well, even the kids, except Nora, she don't eat plant at all. You try giving her something with a veggie in it, yeah. She gonna tell you, this is why she won't even eat gravy, I think. I tease her all the time. I said, that's why you don't want mommy's gravy, right? Because you know I sneak stuff in it. She just rolls her eyes at me and turns around, plays her game. 5-year-old attitude. What? What's up, buddy? Yeah. I had to come out here. The girls are playing Lego World. And it's funny listening to them role play with the Lego World. Instead of playing with the toys, they're playing with the games. They doing like Afmel on YouTube when she does her Minecraft stuff. And honestly, I'm glad that they are no longer watching Afmel. I'm so sick of hearing Afmel and her Minecraft stuff, because that's all they talk about. But now they're in there playing Lego World, and they're role playing each character, and the little noises that they come up with is hilarious. I sit and laugh my butt off with them. Okay, that's why Mama needs her she shack. I tell my husband, this is where I go to get some peace of mind, because these girls, and it's not about them role playing, it's when they get the high pitched squeals going on. And there's only so many times you can ask them not to be so loud. You can even put earbuds in your ears and you can still hear those high-pitched squeals. Yeah, that's what we get for having girls. Anyway, I'm going to go back in the house because it's starting to get cold out here. This weather is crazy. Oh, before I forget, I want to go over this one more time. Chicken breast and tuna fish. You can dehydrate that and use it as a cat treat. I do it all the time. I keep it in my refrigerator after I'm done dehydrating it because, hey, it is a meat. It can go bad even after it's dehydrated. I'd rather be safe than sorry for my buddy. Hart is my buddy, which he's done took off and left me. I don't know what he's up to. Anyway, cat treats in the stores. There's still a ton of cat treats. I want to tell you this, don't buy them. They cause cats to get kidney stones, especially males. It can cause them crystals and kidney stones. If you don't believe me, call up a vet and ask them. I had a black cat. He was also Maine Coon and Siamese, but he was solid black, absolutely beautiful, with blue eyes. He was a gorgeous boy. He kept getting kidney stones and crystals, and I didn't know what was going on with him. I kept taking him back and forth to the vets. I was worried about him. In the end, he ended up having several surgeries to get them removed because he couldn't pass them on his own. He ended up eventually dying from cancer. And the vet told me that it's from the cat treats and the dry cat food that we give to our cats. If they get too much of it, it can cause them those problems. So I try not to buy a whole lot of dry cat food. Because again, if you look at the ingredients, and I do recommend that you look up each and every single one of the ingredients that you are feeding your animal, you will understand what we are doing to our animals. We're not just poisoning our own selves, we are poisoning our animals as well. Feeding them fresh food. You can feed a dog boiled meats, and I mean just plain boiled meat. You can go and buy hamburger, boil it, drain it, get some of the grease off, and feed them that. Same thing with ground chicken and ground turkey. I don't recommend giving them pork, because if pork can make us do what it made me do, I don't recommend giving that to any animal. I'm sorry, that was horrifying. But I do recommend that you check into what you're feeding your animals. People who are on food stamps, hey, I get it. I've been there, done that. I had to be dependent on food banks to help me out. A lot of times food banks don't even give you meat. You get what you get, and you're thankful what you get. I try to make soups out of everything I got, because honestly, soups was very frugal. It lasted, it stretched. When they gave me the ingredients to make spaghetti, I didn't make spaghetti, I made soup. And I used the spaghetti noodles, cut them up and boiled them, and just pour the soup over top of it. And that's what I use as my filler. Same thing with rice. They were always giving me rice and beans. I did all of that. I mixed the ingredients together. When I cooked my beans in the crock pot, I never soaked my beans. I washed them, make sure there was no pebbles in them and no dirt, and then I put them in the crock pot, fill it up, make sure the beans was good and covered with water, and cooked them overnight. If I had it, I put onions in there, celery, anything that could add a flavoring to it. Once the beans was good and cooked, I would portion it out and mix it in with some spaghetti sauce. And that's what I had for my meat, for my protein anyway. And poured it over my the pasta or rice that they gave us from the food bank. You do what you gotta do to survive. Honestly, I wasn't able to get meat unless we hunt for it and fish for it. My family lived down here on this land for many generations. We learned to do commercial fishing to the point that commercial fishing is not worth it anymore. They have changed the laws and rules of commercial fishing here, that it's not safe to do it anymore. You can get your fishing license and hunting license for free if you have food stamps. There is no excuse for you not having your license. I do recommend you having some type of gun to hunt with. If you're not one of those people who don't feel safe hunting, get you some live traps. Do you know you can catch some rabbits that way? I do say be careful, because you can catch raccoons, possums, and skunks that way as well, which I didn't mind at the time. Skunks, just throw a blanket over the cage, pick it up, move it, take it far away from your home, and let the little bugger loose until it's a good far away from your trap and blanket, and then take it back to your house. But I would leave it outside. Yes, right, leave it outside, because it's going to stink. Yes, I've had experience with that. Don't ask. Anywho, catching rabbits. If you can catch a wild rabbit, you got you some very lean meat. I recommend getting chicken coop and raising you some chickens, which is what we are going to do next year. That is our that's what we have planned to do next year. We have a lot of things planned to do, but getting the chicken coop that we want to get, and getting at least 5 chickens. We want to start out with 5 and go from there. As we go from there, we'll eventually add on. You take little steps at a time. I don't eat cheap eggs. I eat organic, cage-free eggs because I want to know where my food is coming from and what's going in it. Even with eggs, the stuff that they are feeding chickens is probably soy grain junk, and that can be bled into the egg and can get into your system. If you are like me and have an allergy to soy, don't eat the cheap eggs. They will make you have upset stomach very badly. Try the organic cage-free eggs. I'm telling you, you'll thank yourself later. I'm now enjoying eggs. I used to think I was allergic to them because they always made me sick. But since I made the switch, I no longer get sick from them. That's another thought. I don't get sick from the cage-free eggs. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, it really does make a difference. I tested that theory, and it is a good theory to test. If you have not tried, I do recommend you try. Walmart carries a reasonable price cage-free organic eggs. So does Aldi. Food Lion is a little bit more expensive. I pay $3.49 at Food Lion, but Walmart and Aldi I pay $2.99 to $2.79. That's how much it is in my area for a dozen eggs. They do have Lando Mart, if I said it, Lando, whatever. No, it's Eggo. Is it Eggo? Anyway, they have eggs that is extremely expensive. I don't recommend those. They are overcharging people. There is no certified seal on their eggs stating that they are 100% cage-free organic. And they're charging people $5.99 for a dozen. That seal that shows you that it's cage-free and organic and that it's guaranteed, they don't have it on there. So I don't recommend you buying it. My mother-in-law buys their product. She pays the extra money because it says it has all these extra vitamins in it. I tried telling her that all eggs has the same vitamins. She's paying $5.99 for a dozen eggs. That is junk eggs in my opinion, because it is just as good. It's just as like the cheap eggs that you buy at Walmart. You want to get your cage-free organic eggs. These eggs that I'm saying that's $5.99 a carton does not even say organic on it or cage-free. It just has a list of the vitamins that's in it that's tricking people thinking that it's a better product, and it's not. If you go in the stores and take a look at your eggs carefully, you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, I know I said I was going in the house. I really need to go in because it is getting really windy and cold. I swear I feel the temperature dropping. So I'm going to go in the house before I make my head cold get worse than what it is. God bless you all, and chat with y'all later.